Hi, welcome to the Anxiety Doesn't Own Me podcast. My name is Emmanuel Isaacson, and I'm here to help you to heal your anxiety naturally. Welcome back to another episode. Today, what we'll be talking about is health anxiety. This is something that I used to struggle with a lot, and it was very annoying to deal with because I would go to the doctor. I would think there's something wrong with me. I'd go to the doctor, everything would be fine. Or I would end up in the ER room because I truly felt like there was something wrong with me, like medically. So I would go to the ER. Or I would have panic attacks and I would think that I'm dying. Or I was having a heart attack. It felt like it from the chest pains. And I thought there was something wrong with me. So I would end up in the ER room. And I remember it got to the point where I went to the ER room so many times that the entire staff already knew who I was. And they didn't take me seriously. I remember just Googling away, my symptoms just to make sure that, hey, you know what, I'm fine. Which, as we know, right, that it doesn't really help. It makes it worse. But I was so addicted to Google to give me some certainty. Going to the doctor to be able to give me some certainty because I truly believe that I had an illness and they just didn't. They were always missing something. Like every time I do a test, like maybe they messed up the test, or maybe they made a mistake, or that maybe this time this is something new. So it always come up with something different. Or when I would go to the doctor, because I would think that I had appendicitis and I think that, it would erupt. So I would go to the doctor, they would check me, everything would be fine, and I would feel some sort of relief. But then a few hours later, the thoughts started to come back. Like maybe the guy made a mistake. Or maybe now it's going to start to erupt, So I was always in that state of worry that I was just, something was wrong with me, like health-wise. I was terrifying because I didn't want to die. And it was so difficult to stop Googling stuff. As most of you guys know, it's hard because you want that certainty. And that's the key word over here. We want that certainty that everything is fine with us, that we are okay. That's why we go to the doctor to check ourselves, to make sure like, hey, we are fine. The test came out clean. It came out negative. Everything is fine. There's nothing wrong. So we right away go there in order to give ourselves certainty. And this is what I realize is the issue is that, hey, I'm looking for certainty and maybe I'm not doing the right thing over here. Maybe the certainty that I'm looking for is unhealthy. I got to find the healthy certainties that's going to help me to calm down my anxiety. Because I realize that the solution is not going to the doctor all the time. The solution isn't Googling our symptoms all the time. It's not going to the hospital every time. That's not the solution. Taking all these tests. I remember taking MRIs, CT scans, x-rays, blood tests. I remember I even went to the cardiologist because of my heart palpitations. And I remember they put a device on me. I don't know if anybody ever experienced this, but they put a device on me for 24 hours. I had to walk around with it, which made me feel even worse about myself. And just to make sure that everything was fine with me. And I remember the cardiologist, like, hey, everything is fine over here. You're 100% healthy. And I was like, but why am I experiencing these heart palpitations or this chest pains? I didn't quite understand what I was going through back then. And this is the key thing over here is that we are focusing on the wrong thing over here. What we're focusing on is our health. But the issue is over here, it's not our health. It's our anxiety. That's the problem. What we are focusing on is our health, which isn't really the problem over here. We are healthy physically, and our body is reacting normally to a dangerous situation. But right now we are not in danger. Again, we are perceiving that we are in danger. So our body's reacting normally in order to protect us. But the thing is that we are focusing on the wrong thing. We're focusing on our health. That, hey, maybe there's something over here, and that's why I need to go to the doctor. And this is why I need to Google symptoms. And this is why I need to go to the hospital just to make sure that, hey, I'm fine. But what the underlying issue over here is our anxiety. So if we are able to control and heal our anxiety, then our health anxiety will go away. Our health anxiety wouldn't exist. We wouldn't feel anxious about our health anymore. Like today, for example, already I'm over 9 years of anxiety free because, again, I worked on myself a lot and I went through so much of just getting to the point of being anxiety free that today I don't even think about my health. Yes, if I feel sick, if something's bothering me, yes, I would go to the doctor. There's nothing wrong with going to the doctor. There's no issue with it. The issue that we're having is that we are focusing, that's the right word over here. We are just focusing on the wrong issue because our issue isn't our health. It is our anxiety that we need to take care of. And if we're able to take our anxiety, then we're able to take care of the health anxiety. Then we won't have it anymore. Now, a lot of people that I work with, and I tell them, like, with the health anxiety, to start working on them, and they ask me, like, okay, but what if I end up going to the doctor? It's like I'm gonna feel bad. It's fine. It wasn't like I was perfect whenever I was healing my anxiety. I still continued going to the doctor from time to time, but I would battle, I would fight. In some battles I would win, some battles I would lose, and that's going to happen. That's fine. Don't feel bad that you went to the doctor again. Like, oh, you see, like, I can't overcome my anxiety. I went again to the doctor, or I Googled again. I said to myself, I'm not going to Google, and I did. Like, that sucks. No, it's fine that you did. Because again, you're not at that place where you can 100% give yourself certainty. And that's going to take some time. And it's a battle, but at the end of the day, you're going to win the war. That's the most important thing, winning the war, not the battles. Yeah, we want to win battles, of course, here and there. But if we fail and we don't win, that's okay. We're going to learn from that. Say, okay, you know what? This is an opportunity for me to learn from this failure in order for me to next time not happen. And even if it does happen next time, we're going to learn from that again and try it again and again and again until we get to that point where we don't go longer to the doctor. A little trick I'm gonna give you guys that I did with my Google to stop Googling symptoms is that I would every time try to Google a symptom. I'm like, you know what, Emmanuel? Google it in 5 more minutes. Let's push it off. I'm not saying you're not gonna Google. Just let's give it 5 more minutes. Nothing's gonna happen. So I would push it off, and then that 5 minutes would come. I would push it off again. 5 minutes would come, and then I'll push it off again, and then I'll push it off again, and push it off again, and push it off again. And then eventually I'll just forget about it, and it'll just go away. Again, that's going to take some time. And there were some times that after 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, I can't hold this anymore. I got to Google it. And I did. And that's okay. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. But what we want to do is get to that point of dealing with our anxiety and giving ourselves certainty. We need to give ourselves the certainty, not Google, not the doctor, not the ER or the tests or anything like that. We need to give ourselves the certainty in order for us to be self-reliant, in order for us to overcome our anxiety. That's what's going to help us out the most. And again, we're focusing. Remember, the focus, it's not the health that's the issue. It is our anxiety that's the issue over here. And if we heal the anxiety, we won't be anxious about our health. We won't feel worried about our health. If you did like this episode, please click the like button and give me a 5-star review. This helps me to reach other people. And if you think this can benefit somebody else, please share this with him, because the more people that we can reach, the more people that we can help. Because again, my mission in life is to help people to overcome their anxiety naturally. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.